All right, I'm finally getting around to doing it. We're gonna turn this into this. One of the first things we have to do though is we have to clean all of this stuff out. Just gonna kind of push it over into the corner for now, move the lawnmower. That is a big grandfather clock that we won when we won Martinsville. Woo! So that'll end up making a spot in the video because I don't know where else the hell to put that thing. But it's awesome. It's a trophy I've wanted forever. So the fact that I have it now and I was able to win that race, it's a career milestone for me. So it's gonna be in here just like some of the other NASCAR stuff. We'll probably put some of that stuff up again. Hopefully have some mounts to hang on the wall before the year's over. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna clean all this stuff out and get it to where we can work. All right, so here we go with this build. The first thing we have to do is we have to move all of this stuff out of the way because this is the corner that is going to turn into the YouTube studio. We're not gonna do the entire barn like this. I just don't have the materials or the time to do it. We are just going to do this one corner, make it look really good, and give it the aesthetic that I want my videos to have. So the first thing we need to do, clean all this stuff out of the way, move the toolbox, move the bow press, and then we need to get rid of this white brick wall that has been the background of my videos as of late. Now, once we moved into this house, we had this backdrop from her old boutique, and it worked well for the time being, but again, it wasn't the aesthetic or it wasn't the look that I wanted for my videos or my shop. So out it goes and in with the new. All right, so now that everything is cleaned out of the way, the next step is going to be putting up some vertical 2x4s so I have something to screw to, and then insulating it. Now, I picked up a lot of this insulation really cheap from a job site that somebody ended up not needing on Facebook Marketplace, which was really nice because if I ever do decide to fully climate control this building year round, then it's gonna be nice that this is insulated and I don't have to worry about trying to get insulation or putting spray foam or something behind these walls. So I figure I'll do it once, do it now, and be done with it. And now it is time to hang some plywood. So the plywood I chose here is just some 7/16 OSB. It has a nice rough texture to it. It's gonna look all right. I didn't wanna do sheetrock in here, and I wanted to be able to have something where I can screw, you know, things to, mounts to. I can screw bows up, bow holders to. For painting this shop, this is what ended up taking probably the most and was probably the biggest headache and one of the biggest mistakes I made. What I should have done is instead of putting the trim pieces up, I should have painted all of the OSB first, painted the trim separately, and then nailed it on afterwards. But in my haste to kind of get everything covered up and make it look kind of nice while I was going, I hung the trim up, and that ended up coming to bite me in the ass a little bit at the end because when I painted, I edged really, really thick around the trim because if you've ever painted, edging is probably the worst part of painting. So I tried to edge really thick, so I only had to do it once. But then when I rolled everything on, the OSB just sucked up some paint, sucked up the primer, and it ended up giving me like this wet look around the trim, and it just didn't look right. So I ended up having to overpaint this thing 3 to 4 times in some area. Went through about 3 gallons of paint to paint, you know, like 12 sheets of OSB to make it look really good. So overall, at the end of the day, it came out really well. And this is the final product. It's gonna have this nice dark gray look to it. And then we have some accent lightings that we put up in the corners just to kind of give it to pop a little bit in the back of the videos. All right, so this is it. This is the studio as it sits right now. I really like the way it came out. I really like the way this wall came out with the trim. I have a place to hang my mounts now because my wife says no dead things in the house, so I had to have a place to put them out here. And I have some bows hung up, got my bow press over there. Over here, we have a table that is white and pink right now. It's from my wife's old boutique. I would love to get that back up against this back wall right here, but I just have to paint it, clean it off, clean it up, paint it. It'll give me more storage. I could probably mount my bow press back to it or be able to put my arrow saw and just stuff like that. But for now, this is how it's set up. I have a Martinsville clock that we won earlier this year that we're gonna move over here. And I think in the top here, in this top half, probably do some shadow boxes of some old fire suits, some trophies, some racing stuff, because I do like having the racing memorabilia in here because it is part of who I am. So being able to hang that kind of stuff up and, you know, have some great mounts hung up on the wall, really cool. So I really like the way the studio came out. Pretty happy with it. Took a lot of work, a lot of long days, a lot of a couple nights because it got really, really hot out. We were in like a heat wave, so I'm already starting to glisten a little bit right now because I have the doors open. But overall, came out really good. Got it insulated so we can AC this thing in the future. Got the boards hung up, got the wall hung up, got the mounts hung up, and we're good to go. So thanks guys for watching this video. Until next time, we'll see you again.